Gimmicks are tricky. Even the same gimmick in two different movies can either sink or make the movie fly. Like compare Cloverfield to Chronicle. Those are two similar movies that have the same gimmick, them being, you know, found footage movies made by somebody who's shooting their own story. They're kind of a sci-fi thing, and where it works in one, it doesn't necessarily work as well in the other. The gimmick of American Reunion, which comes out tomorrow, is, of course, that they've got all of the American Pie actors back to be in a film 13 years after their legendary debut in 1999, American Pie, which is not that bad of a gimmick. It's not a sequel, one of these sequels where they get 2 or 3 people and other 9 people say, no, we're not interested. They got everybody back, which is a big enough stunt that it qualifies as a gimmick. But the difficulty with the gimmick is that once you have all of those people in the same room, you actually have to make a movie. And it's in the actual movie-making process that the people that made American Reunion kind of messed up. The movie has got some funny parts, but the whole thing kind of borders on being depressing, fantastically so, because none of these characters have changed whatsoever. They're committed the way that anybody would be committed to having the characters not have changed much in the 13 intervening years. And what you have then is a bunch of 33, 32-year-old people with, you know, kids and stuff that are married that have real life problems that somehow still have to get into a bunch of wacky high school hijinks. It's repugnant, it's repellent, you know. There's a nice moment that's really classy from the people that made American Reunion where before they display the teenage girls' breasts for an extended period of time in a comedic sequence, they make sure that we know that they are literally, legally the youngest female breasts that we're allowed to look at by law. And I'm not exaggerating, there's a scene where Jason Biggs' neighbor whom he babysitted gets drunk on her 18th birthday, and it's like ding, 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 she's legal, and her breasts come out. And they stay out for 30 seconds or 40 seconds at a time. It's not a glimpse. We get to really ogle the teenage girl's breasts. You know, as a 33-year-old, this is kind of repugnant to me, and it makes me realize that I've grown up way more than these characters have grown up, and it makes my relationship to the characters one of disdain. But what would you have done? Would you have made a, diner-esque? Would you have made a 30-something version of American Pie where they actually have to work through grown-up adult problems? No, you wouldn't make that film because you wouldn't want to see these actors in that film, because this series is notorious for assembling one of the all-time worst collections of comedic screen talent onto the big screen at any one time. Nobody was really interested in what Chris Klein was doing or Mina Suvari was doing or what Jason Biggs was doing in 2012 because we're not dying to see them be funny or try to be funny. So what should you watch instead? Watch one of the other worst assemblages of on-screen talent in a comedic film in history that still actually manages to be pretty funny, and watch Police Academy 3. It's the one where they go to the Blue Oyster bar, which is the Leather Daddy bar, which is how I remember that that's the good one out of the 17 Police Academy movies.
That's the first time they go to the Blue Oyster bar?
I think so. Yeah, I know that the one where they go to the Blue Oyster bar and get in trouble with the Leather Daddies is the third one. Again, just like the American Pie series, very little on-screen talent, but a bunch of laughs, unlike American Reunion.